Okay, wait, guys, I need to tell you something about a love hotel. I have been to a love hotel once, and it's not what you think. And it's not what you think, okay? Basically, what happened was, sometimes when you go on these booking websites, they'll recommend you these places that, like, they're called resorts, all right? And so we saw this place. It was like me and my friend were like on a road trip and we were gonna go see Mount Fuji. And she was like, well, we should stay somewhere that has a good view of Mount Fuji. And I was like, hell yeah. And so we were like looking up places to stay and we found this place that was called like Fuji something resort. And so we pull up and we walk in. And the reason why I'm flashing back so hard is because we walk into this place, right? And immediately, I'm overwhelmed by the amount of, like, the floors have, like, ornate rugs. There's, like, a statue of, like, some European, like, you know, marble woman with, like, her, like, little titas and everything. And there's, like, so many soaps, too. There was, like, a whole, like, smorgasbord of soap. Me and my friend were like, woo! There's face masks! There's bath salts! Wow! There's so many different shampoos! And then we, like, walk up to the counter to check in, and he gave us both 2 flutes of champagne, and we just, like, looked at each other, and we were like, thanks? We were like, wow, this sure is a fancy hotel. I've never had a hotel give me a little thing of champagne when I checked in before. I mean, it's kind of really tacky looking, but, like, this resort sure does have it all. And so then we, like, went... we like went up to the room and like the lock was like super elaborate. Like we had to like buzz downstairs to like get into the lock. It was super weird. We had the key, but we had to like buzz, I don't know. So we like went in, and as we step in, we notice that like the room is like crazy big, which I was like, well, it's a resort, I guess. But I've never seen I've never seen a bed that big before. It was literally like a yaoi bed. Like, have you ever like read a yaoi and you've been like, why is the bed like so large? It was like 2 king-size beds in one bed. And then we like looked in the bathtub and it had like a whole fucking pool in there. Like the thing was so big that you could swim in it. I don't know. Because it was supposed to have like an in-room own. I don't know, dude. But I was standing there and I noticed on the bedside table, they had like a whole thing of like, what do you want to call them? Banana guards. And it was like 100 yen. And I looked at my friend and I said, I don't think this is a resort hotel. I don't think this is a resort anymore. And we turned on the TV and it was immediately like, and I was like, ah! And they were like, yeah, only $30. And I turned off the TV. I was like, okay, I think no TV for us. I think we don't need the TV anymore. Is it perhaps the case that on the English booking website for this hotel, they listed this place as a resort to increase the number of tourists who come to this hotel? But perhaps if we looked up the Japanese website, and Yeppers. But hey, the in-room service, amazing. The room service at a love hotel, I found out, amazing. You can get like any food you could ever want delivered to your room. No questions asked. You don't even have to talk to anybody, like put it in like a hole in the door like you're in a fucking prison. Also, in-room karaoke, because the whole room is soundproofed, so you can do karaoke, and we did. There was like 2 karaoke mics, and we just like went crazy. We were just like, oh man, it was good. That was one of my favorite hotels I ever stayed at. They even had a buffet in the morning, and my God, they had so many salts and lotions and potions. My skin came out looking like a baby. I was like fresh to death. But yeah, so just like a heads up, sometimes when you're booking hotels on like hotels or booking.com in Japan, and it says resort, if it says adults only, that should be like a clue that it might be a little bit more than meets the eye. But I will say, It was one of the best hotels I've ever stayed at, so. Oh yeah, it was cheap as fuck. I didn't even mention the fact that I'm pretty sure it only cost like maybe $80. It was really, really cheap. It was super duper cheap. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Would go back again. Oh, and the view from the room, giant Mount Fuji. So fucking cool. I would go to that Love Hotel again. And ironically, would stay there again. $80 is cheap. Well, for a resort, it was like a breakfast buffet included, wine, a fucking pool to yourself, like the giant everything, like huge room. Like you could have had a dance party in the room. The mirror on the ceiling was a bit much, but you know, here's what it is.